original meaning of Halloween is somehow it's not like for people to to dress up like slutty nurse or sexy Spider-Man.
Right now, I'm just a manipulatee because I don't know any better. Like I don't have enough knowledge and like power in the world, and I have to accept the fact that manipulators are going to manipulate me. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of What's Poppin'.
And as usual, we are going to collect all of the hot news during the month, and this month we have 3 hot popping issues.
And before getting into the main part, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember that please access to Bitu group talk feature to discuss all of the hot topics. And now, let's get started. Okay, so do you know what day is it today? What day it is today?
It's Halloween.
So happy Halloween, you guys.
Halloween.
So do you guys have any plan yet?
I'm gonna go out with my friends tonight, going to the haunted house. I thought of going to the cinema, watching some horror movie, but she said that she wanted to go to the haunted house one, so yeah.
How about you?
I don't have any plans.
Why? Why don't you have any plans?
I have another plan for myself.
Speaking of Halloween, I think the world is going crazy because yesterday there was like some kind of crowd crush in Korea.
Heard of it?
Yeah. Have you heard of it?
Yes,
Yeah.
we watched it on the news.
Yeah, so it occurred in Itaewon. It's like popular nightlife district, and people were going out for early Halloween celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And it, of course, that Itaewon is always crowded, but because yesterday it was like Halloween, so the number of people visiting this district, this town was increasing a lot. The sad thing is there was like a crowd crush where a lot of people died and a lot of people were injured. And according to the statistics, I'm gonna read it because I want to be accurate. Because in a lot of previous episodes of What's Popping, I have made a lot of mistakes. So I don't want to make that again. So basically, like the 4 meter wide alley, it was jam packed by a lot of people. Like nearly over 100,000 people, going to Itaewon for early, celebration.
That's a lot.
The number of people passed away in this incident was 154, and there are a lot of people injured. They mostly are in their 20s, so very young, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today, when I read the newspaper that the president of Korea declared the national mourning for those victims, it's really, how can I say, shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially, just go out and have a fun celebration, like from festival to funeral, and I think that God think that okay, so that's it. You're having no fun. Bye. As I have just mentioned that Korea, they're gonna have like a national
Morning.
Mm-hmm.
the national mourning for those victims. But when I read on the internet, so there are 2 schools of thought. So a lot of people, of course, that they show their sadness for like the victims, but having in national mourning, some people think that is not necessary because the victims, they died because they went out for entertainment. And normally that, like national mourning, they're meant for people with significant contributions to the nation. And in this case, why do people have to pay tax for those kind of events?
Well, I think it's an exaggeration to say that they, like for sure, that they haven't contributed anything to the nations because we don't know that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe some of them, they have contributed something, but it's just not recognized by the public yet, probably. And also, I just think that the national mourning is, yes, it's not necessary, but if it was held, then it is not even more necessary for the people to like put hatred on it because they are still their fellow citizens in the same country. And there are people who, like the relatives of those people, their loved one who stay and are mourning for them. So we should share like our sadness with them.
I mean, like people who went to that festival for Halloween, right? I mean, you said like they went there as himself for entertainment, and that was an accident that nobody wants to. But actually, I believe that though accidents happened because of the lack of the securities of the government. So basically, that was one of the government's like responsibilities. And the reason why they decided to have the national mourning, which is basically they are taking responsible for what they had missed.
I really think we should take some time for both us normal people and for like those of responsibilities to take some time to like actually think about what has happened in order to have like I would not say like right, but like a different mindset on this, because events like this has happened a lot in the past, like for concerts and like in football and stuff. So yeah, we really should think about how we should enjoy like the festivals in general, and also like the security in those kind of things.
Yeah, speaking of security, I also read on the newspaper that they blame the government for like not controlling the crowd very, very well, because like as I have just mentioned before, Itaewon has always been really crowded, really jam-packed, and like there are security guards and police out there, but on that day the number of police, it wasn't as many as as usual. And people said that one of the reasons because of the president, he doesn't want to work in a blue house. Yeah, for some reason, like feng shui or something, like he wants to get closer to the citizens, stuff like that, to the people, stuff like that. So he moved to another place in the city center. He also requires a lot of people, a lot of police, a lot of like security guards to protect him. When he needs a lot of police to protect him, so he needs to cut the number of police in another place. There are a lot of people they also blaming, so I'm gonna read some for you.
Sure.
So online claims also spread that the police this year were not actively managing the crowd, which allowed too many people to congregate around the subway station in the alleyway at the epicenter of disaster. And the American Steve Blasey, whose son, Stephen died in Itaewon, voiced anger at the authorities for allowing the crowds to get so big. Somehow people are blaming the government for not controlling the crowd very well, which leads to this kind of incidents.
Well, I don't know, I just think like people are they are depending on the government too much, because I think that we as individuals, we must control ourselves first. Like we should know like which place to enter, which place not. On Tet holiday, for example, if I can anticipate that this place is going to be crowded, so I am not going there because I know like the risks are going to happen. But for the government also, they're saying that the number of people going to Itaewon suddenly increased like more than the last year. That's why they were caught off guard or something. But I just think like as those who are wiser and who have more responsibilities, they should be able to let's say foresee the situations and like generate more force on that day. There are a lot of factors contributing to this disaster, and the people and the government have like the same, like the balanced responsibilities to take.
I think that the first one who should take responsibility is themselves, and now they have to pay the price.
But it's not like victim blaming, and the price they paid is a little too much. But I think it's also a lesson for those who stay.
The Halloween is originated from the Western country, but we as like individuals from Asian country, is it really necessary for us to celebrate those kind of holidays? For example, like in Vietnam, people celebrated Christmas. A lot of people they worship Jesus, or like today you told me that like Valentine's is also from the Western country, but it is all about love. The love should be celebrated everywhere in every corner of this world. But for Halloween, I'm not really sure, but as far as I watched horror movies, the original meaning of Halloween is somehow it's not like for people to to dress up like slutty nurse or sexy
Oh.
Spider-Man to to get high, to dance along to the music. Yeah, it should be something a little bit more formal. Maybe Halloween nowadays somehow it is distorted and it is not really suitable for the context of Asian countries.
Okay, so this is my take on this. Before, no one has ever questioned like should countries in Asia celebrate Halloween or not. But because of this accident, people start to question like should we do it? But I don't think that Halloween is to blame in this because again, it's all because of the people and how the people treat each other in that event.
I think that we are now using every holiday in order as an excuse for us to go out
To have fun.
and hang out, have fun with each other. Actually, that I used to be like that.
As long as it doesn't hurt anyone, then it's fine. But for this Halloween, it actually hurt a lot of people. So we need to contemplate like what we are doing on events like that, and should we how do we celebrate them the right way? Not just for Halloween, for every event. Okay, now what?
Now what?
Now what?
Now what? Okay, so
now what?
So speaking of now what, so in October, so Miss Grand International 2022 has just ended. So a lot of people might think that why we have to pay so much time thinking about beauty pageant. Like the audience has grown every day. So the thing that we have already discussed, it doesn't mean that we don't need to discuss it anymore. For example, like the body shaming thing, that it has been like a very long lasting thing, but people are still talking about it because it is still occurring right now. So I think that there is no reason why we shouldn't bring Miss Grand International to the table again. Actually, that I don't want to talk about do you think that Miss Brazil the first runner-up deserves it or not. I just want to discuss the behavior of Mr.Nawat after the competition. I think that you have already known that after the finale of Miss Grand International, the number of followers on Instagram it collapsed a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, and he receives a lot of criticism from the Vietnamese beauty pageant supporter.
I noticed his post, and he said that most of the followers who unfollowed was Vietnamese, and thank you for doing that.
As you have just mentioned that a lot of Vietnamese netizens, they unfollow Miss Grand International Instagrams, and they feel very unfair for the Vietnamese Miss Grand Vietnam, the Vietnamese representative, to not getting into top 10. So I think that it is totally fine.
Yeah.
It is totally fine because we have our queen last year. So what do you expect? A back-to-back result? No, it's not gonna happen. But I'm not really pleased is Mr. Nawat's behaviors when he was being asked about the reason why Tien Ân couldn't make it into top 10. He said that because Tien Ân, she had 0 for the interview section. 0 means like she
Didn't have any point.
Yeah, she didn't have any. She didn't say anything. But there is like a video of her doing the interview section that she did, at least that she say something in English confidently.
My organization of Miss Grand Vietnam repair clothes and everything for the new Miss Grand Vietnam. And when I grown to Vietnam, I just fix and take a picture for KV clothes. And
Mr. Nawat said the reason why Tien Ân couldn't make it into top 10 because she has a very long back and short legs with big hips. So actually, that as a person who have short legs and
big
long back, and I feel really insulted. I feel really insulted. But it was like a conflict. Tien Ân, she made it into top 10 in the swimwear competition. So in every beauty pageant, when you judge a person in a swimwear competition, you would judge them based on their physical figures, appearance. After the competition, Mr. Nawat said so about her body problem. So I don't think that it matched with each other to the result that he has already given to Tien Ân.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My impression of him is he's not really wise. Like what he say to the media.
He is the representative of MGI, right? He's supposed to have better language and also better things to deliver to people. Maybe that he has something in his mind from the unfollowing numbers of Vietnamese people, so that he just assumed that she's not the one to be the whole title.
If she, I mean, like Mr. Nawat, he wants to have his revenge. But I mean, like when you are a president of an international organization and you use social media to express your thoughts publicly, to downgrade a person's dignity like that, especially that when. For your information, that Mr. Nawat, he also participated in the finale of Miss Grand Vietnam, and during that contest, in front of many people, she said that she was the victim of body shaming. He knows it, and now in front of everyone, in front of social media, in front of the media, in front of a lot of people, it's really disrespectful. Of course, that when you get into the beauty pageant, you need to accept the fact that people would just do based on your physics. Your body, degrading any person publicly like that. I don't think that is a wise thing to do, and it's not a really good thing to do.
What I liked about Tina is also her behavior.
Oh yeah,
she didn't say anything. She didn't say bad words like talking shit about MGI or anything. No, not even Mr. Nawat or something, right?
She took it like a boss, unlike some Vietnamese netizens.
Yeah, that's what I want to say, because I think that there's no smoke without fire, right? The reason why Nawat got so angry, because a lot of Vietnamese netizens throw hate speech towards him and force him to say something.
And the number of Vietnamese people unfollowing Instagram really shocked me, because that means there are so many people who only follow that account in order to gain some victory to Vietnam. They probably don't even care that much about the competition. They only care about the title that our representative is potentially getting.
The bottom line here, I think that Mr. Nawat, I think that he should apologize to Tina instead of specifically point those kind of things or flaws. So he can just simply answer that at that time Tina, she didn't meet our criteria of a person who has beauty, body, and brain, something like that. Just not meet our criteria, so that's why she couldn't make it into top 10.
I don't like beauty pageants anyway.
Do you think why we need so many beauty pageants like that?
I know people are obsessed with beauty and they are making money from us, probably.
I don't know. I think that beauty pageants is not. Of course, that it is a business, but it's also it needs to bring some kind of values. All of the beautiful girls, they just go there not because they just want to express their body, they express their beauty. Apart from the purpose of putting on a great show or to please the sponsors to earn money from them, a beauty pageant must bring some kind of values. For example, like Miss Grand International, they focus on the peace. Miss Universe, they focus on the inspiring story. And Miss World, they focus on some kind of charity over the. I think that we should have a lot of beauty pageants in order to do a lot of things in the world, whether it is big or whether it is small. At least that we need someone to have a title to bring the influence to.
Okay, so the third news of today is about Twitter, and who just bought Twitter?
Elon Musk.
I didn't buy it, and Elon Musk bought it.
Oh my god!
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Okay,
South
it's alright. It's
really
the correct answer. So what I find really conflicting about this takeover is that Elon said that he wanted to create a digital square for everyone to say anything and to debate about basically every topic. And he also said that he don't want people to split into the far left wing and the far right wing. And he wants to help humanity because now Twitter is a really toxic place. And he also said he didn't buy this company for money, but he also said he wants to make money out of this company, make it profitable. Yeah, so it's really confusing. What I want to ask is, currently Twitter is still a pretty toxic place because it has the cancel culture and also a lot of hate speech on there. So if you gotta choose two paths for future Twitter, okay, the first one is still a toxic place where you can say literally everything that you want and you will get judged for it. You will get slammed for it, but eventually with the comments and criticism, you will be able to develop yourself and get a right perspective on life. And the second one is a healthy Twitter where people say nice things to each other and things are regulated. So what would you choose?
I want to ask for to define the nice, the definition of being nice.
Okay,
Yeah, nice
so,
things to each other. For example, like, oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh my God, you're so nice. Oh my God, it's okay. You can try again later. Something like that. Is
So-
that your definition of being nice?
No, for me, being nice is whenever you say
Mhm.
something, you have to take the listener's feelings and emotions into
Into account.
consideration. Yeah. For example, when you want to say that they have to do this or they have to do that in order to complete themselves, be a better version of themselves, you can just say that they are fat or they are stupid, right? You can say you can exercise more, you can read more in order to broaden your horizon and stuff.
Okay,
That's
so
my
I just want to make
definition
clear. Okay, so Steph, you go first.
The second one.
The latter. So I'm gonna go with the former.
Mhm.
Yes,
Oh.
like as I told you in the previous episode of What's Popping, that I don't believe in a totally nice place where people will be nice to each other and only giving constructive feedback, because that is not how the real society works. And of course that if there is in an ideal world, so as you have just mentioned that Elon, right? Elon, he will make Twitter into from a free platform into a paid platform. So for example, you can create some kind of filter, customize your Twitter if you want to receive or to consume some kind of neutral feedback, neutral content. You can turn on the neutral mode, and if you want it to be toxic or just like a place for freedom of speech, so you can use it as a regular version. Yeah. Just I don't think that we should choose whether A or B. Yeah, so we should combine them together.
But what if it's only A or B?
Of course,
You see
The
what I
formal
right?
one.
yeah, the
Okay.
formal one,
The evil society.
Evil society.
the real society.
Yeah.
Well, Twitter is now, Elon Musk is going to make it better, right?
I don't know if he's going to make it better. I think he's going to make it different from what it is now. I don't know if it's gonna be better.
I mean, because we also know that we use Facebook, and it also had a lot of hate comments and people like talking hate speech to each others, right? It's also happening in many other social media platforms. If Twitter can be a better place, if I want to talk shit about people, I would go to Facebook to do that. But if I want it to be a better place, I would go to Twitter.
Yeah.
So that I
Like go to Twitter to meditate a little
Yeah,
bit after
yeah,
saying bad shit
yeah.
on Facebook.
kind of.
Okay, another thing that I get from this takeover is that Elon he always says things about saving humanity, like going to Mars and stuff. And actually, all his 4 companies right now, they are linked in some way. So we have SpaceX, yeah, Tesla, Neuralink, and the Boring Company is all about technology and construction thing. But for Twitter, I think that he bought Twitter with the purpose of gaining his political stand in society. So it has something to do with his status as a powerful person in the world. And after he took over the company, a lot of newspapers has covered this issue, and they said that this deal is the doomsday of the Democrats. I don't know about this very much because currently I'm living in a country which is peaceful politically, not like America. So people are really worried if they will be manipulated by Twitter, and which is owned by a Republican. Yeah, so I don't know if we can see social media as something that can manipulate us in a way.
I think that social media has always manipulated. For example, like me, that I have just taken up the habit of going to the gym, right? Before that, in my Facebook, it has never had some kind of gym ads. But by the beginning of this year, so it pops up a lot, and it makes me think that I should go to the gym, and then that's why I'm here.
As for me, I don't know if there are these words in English, but we have them manipulator and manipulating. Right now, I'm just a manipulating because I don't know any better. Like I don't have enough knowledge and like power in the world, and I have to accept the fact that manipulators are going to manipulate me.
Wow, that's so right. That's what makes you become a manipulative. Right? So actually, I think that the media in general, not only social media, but the newspaper, the press, stuff like that, they have the ability to affect our like perception. So I just want to take the example of Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. So at that time, people believed that Trump used money in order to take control over the media and try to manipulate the number of votes. So that's why, even though the population votes of Hillary Clinton was much higher than that of Donald Trump, but she still didn't, become the president of the United States because of the electoral college vote, which is more important.
Okay, thank you so much for watching the episodes of What's Popping, and I hope that all of the news that we have collected this month is also useful to you because we also have some viewpoints of us.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on other social platforms of Lit Gang, including TikTok, Spotify, and Facebook. And now, Trix, Steph, and Tony, we are out.
Bye.